You a sight for sore eyes.
It's our troubled times. We are a troubled people. Some would say we are a people at war with ourselves. Others would say we are at war with reality. Those who live in other countries and strive to own our fast food restaurants and quickie marts would say we are a bloodthirsty bunch of crazies who let children buy guns from the supermarkets. Another opinion is that it is the fault of society. That, as Plato said, people don't mean to kill each other. It happens because they are poor or desperate or really thirsty or in need of a vacation or something. Another view is that we are all a little confused and really should stay... Right now we have three divergent opinions. Three separate islands of insanity in a rolling sea of stupidity. Three wise men following very different stars. To my right, to everyone's right in fact, we have Congressman Alex Shrub, the youngest state congressman ever to be elected by Vice City, and now a respected man in the capital. Mr. Shrub got elected because he has great hair and says things that make you nod your head. His campaign appealed to the wealthy because he set all of us at ease by finally confirming it's okay to be rich as long as you say you care about the children. Mr. Shrub, welcome.
That's not entirely true, Maurice. My campaign also appealed to the poor, who are too stupid to... set the record straight.
I haven't given you any opportunity yet, my heartless friend.
Томми, это Дональд Лав. Это Томми Версетти, последний стрелок из этой стороны. Дональд, заткнись и слушай, может, чему-то научишься. Ничто не снижает цены на недвижимость лучше, чем старая добрая война гангстеров. Это может быть катастрофа, как библейская чума. Но это может быть и не так в данном случае. Ты понял? Ты четырехглазый придурок. Недавно погиб хозяин банды гаитян. Вероятно, это сделали кубинцы, никто не знает точно. Но сделаем это точным. Ты замаскируешься кубинцем и пойдешь на похороны. Развороши там все. Ты понял, Дональд? Так пустим лесу в курятник, да? А потом мы просто сядем и будем наблюдать, как падают цены.
Before we get started, gentlemen, let me remind you of the rules of engagement. Here on Pressing Issues, the #1 rated show on public radio in the Vice City area and hosted by me, Maurice Chavez, Pressing Issues is about free speech, not feeding each other hemlock, literally or metaphorically.
Hey, my daddy used to grow that stuff in the backwoods of Missouri. Hoo-wee! I tell you what.
Yes, thank you. I expect you to listen to each other, and I will only step in where necessary so people on the air don't forget what my voice sounds like. So I want a clean fight. Nothing below the belt or in the chops. And remember Maurice's motto, which a very wise man... I know everyone is killing and maiming and giving each other the finger, metaphorically speaking. Do you think the government is doing a good job?
Absolutely. Those statistics are interesting, but like all statistics, they are also irrelevant. Let me give you a better statistic, Chavez. In 1980, when I was elected, you were, according to the intelligence gathered on you, a man with no mission. You worked as a... $2,000. Suffering from anxiety, you attended group therapy for a year and considered getting a sex change. An idiot liberal felt sorry for you, and now you host your own radio show right in... And you're on top of the world. So answer me this. Can you really say the years of living under my administration have been bad for you?
We are not talking about me. This is pressing issues, not pressing Maurice.
Yes, excuse me, if I may, can we get to the part where we press the
You
issue?
see, that's what's wrong with this city. Liberals just want to open the floodgates, let anyone in and make you, the ordinary, hard-working men and women, pay for the pleasure. Well, you have my permission to beat them with sticks. We won't prosecute. You'd be doing us all a favor. Free love, wig out, don't work, make love in the field, and listen to rock and roll or whatever you call it. Meanwhile, Crayshaw, I know your father. He's made a lot of money, which makes him a great person, but for every good conservative...
Томми, это Дональд Лав. Это Томми Версетти, последний стрелок из этой стороны. Дональд, заткнись и слушай, может, чему-то научишься. Ничто не снижает цены на недвижимость лучше, чем старая добрая война гангстеров. Это может быть катастрофа, как библейская чума. Но это может быть и не так в данном случае. Ты понял? Ты четырехглазый придурок. Недавно погиб хозяин банды гаитян. Вероятно, это сделали кубинцы, никто не знает точно. Но сделаем это точным. Ты замаскируешься кубинцем и пойдешь на похороны. Развороши там все. Ты понял, Дональд? Так пустим лесу в курятник, да? А потом мы просто сядем и будем наблюдать, как падают цены.
Talking about me, we are talking about you.
Actually, if I remember correctly, you didn't win. Mary the meat-free mime won. In fact, under legislation I am proposing, all of you vegetarians would be kicked out of Vice City. We were given canines and bicuspids for a reason. To open packages of potato chips.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I always hated that bitch. What's funny about a woman not eating a hamburger? Or miming saving a chicken from the slaughtherer's hands? Or her big act, I am a milk cow, a lactating machine for your breakfast cereal. How do you think a little kitty enjoyed that on his birthday? Not very much. There were tears, not laughter. I can assure you, vegetarian performance art must be stopped.
Jumping Jehoshaphat on a pogo stick. You city slickers got more issues than a newsstand. Can we talk about public safety here? I ain't got all day.
What? Is there a corn on the cob eating contest you have to get to? Get some chitlins and grits in the oven? You got a date with your sister, eh?
Hey, be nice.
Yo, you trying to take my whip, son?
Naughty thing, and only because here on Pressing Issues do we believe so wholeheartedly in free speech are we allowing it.
It's the truth, my friend, the damn truth. Georgia or further north, build your own theme parks, buy your own sun, grow your own damn mosquito-infested swamp, pal. We're gonna build ourselves a river. FBI, CIA, I don't give a damn. They can't stop us. You shrub, you yellow-bellied, tie-wearing, bribe-taking hypocrite. What have you done for Vice City up there in Washington?
I've ensured important tax breaks for gun retailers, real estate developers, and I've cut the cost of policing, saving the city 2% or 25 cents per household over a 6-year period.
At the expense of society. Think of the little people.
What should I do about her?
Эй, Лео, для тебя есть работа. Это не Лео. Слышишь, Лео, можешь убить того, кто взял его телефон. А может, Лео уже труп? Может, я убил его и снял телефон с трупа? Ты о таком не думал? Ты убил Лео? Тогда ты крут. Хочешь поработать на меня? Зайди в кафе моего отца в маленькой Гаване и поговорим.
real bad driving.
Flowers retain all happiness. Sunshine! Yay! Sunshine!
You sound like you'd enjoy my program Motivate, Demonstrate, then Motivate Again. Nobody ever complained about that program. You hug people and you laugh like you never laughed before.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, eh? I've had enough of this weirdness. Jenny, let's start with you. How do you maintain such a positive outlook on life?
Да, парень. Эй, полегче, папи, это для меня. Вот это тот мальчик? О да, вот это он. Я так думаю, понимаете? Нет, наверное, не понимаю. О да, вы пришли сюда, крутой парень. Вы думаете, что можете так говорить? Вы думаете, что сделаете из меня дурака? Нет, я думаю, что вы делаете дурака из нас обоих. Эй, он назвал вас тупым, сынок. И я назвал его девчонкой, папе. Посмотрите на него. Он так и оделся. Что это за женская ночнушка? Вы что, такой крутой? Вы почему оделись как женщина? У вас и трусы, как у женщины. Ха! Что вы имеете против женщин? Вы предпочитаете мужчин, мальчик? Я люблю женщин. Я люблю всех женщин. Я люблю свою мать. Хорошо, хорошо, я верю вам в этом. Успокойтесь. Вы умеете водить Амиго? Да, как женщина. Забавно, вы мне нравитесь. Может, вы и поможете? Докажете, что вы мужчина? Ну же, уничтожьте эту лодку. Покажите, что у вас есть яйца, а не какие-то ошметки. Эй, чувак, это ты здесь крутой?
Том Версетти, идем.
В любое время, потому что у вас есть достоинство. У всех моих друзей есть большое достоинство.
Pledge Drive. Become a member. Only members or people with radios can listen to this radio station. Now back to pressing issues.
Shouldn't we get off the...
Ты клёвый чувак.
Like I tell the children at the library I volunteer at, look it up yourself. No, you can't go to the bathroom, and stop crying.
Now, back to pressing issues.
Welcome back to Pressing Issues with me, Maurice Chavez. On our panel, we got the secessionist lunatic John F. Hickory, liberal rich kid Callum Grayshaw, and neo-fascist congressman Alex Shrub. Gentlemen,
И вы себя называете мужиком?
let's start with you, Mr. Hickory. Why the F?
For Florida. I'm a patriot. I've even got an orange grove tattooed all over my groin.
Excellent. But public safety. How do we get guns under control in this city?
By giving everyone hope, a dream of a better tomorrow, by encouraging people to grow their own root vegetables. What's the satisfaction of holding a gun in your hand when you could be holding a hoe, planting seeds in a peasant village?
Keep your hoes and seeds to yourself. We don't need gun control. If you read the Constitution, it's a sacred document that should not be changed. Under our Constitution, women couldn't...
Вы маленький напуганный котенок. Малыш, позовите свою маму.
We need to get scaremongers and non-believers men like you, Chavez, under control. I've got a good mind to have your funding removed.
We don't get any funding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good. You won't see a penny out of me. You've got to stop spreading these lies or I'll whip you myself. I'm not afraid. The Constitution asserts a man's right to bear arms and arm bears and all points...
Неплохо, ты настоящий мужик.
Or a bear causing problems. This is all cocky pop or whatever that word is. It keeps the place safe. Trouble is caused by unemployment, and unemployment comes from poor economic performance and lazy people. If you had a job, would you steal a car? Of course not. And if you had a high-rise condo, a mistress, and a seat on the board, would you run around graffitiing your name all over town and making a nuisance of yourself, spinning on your back and popping and locking and... Not a hope. It's simple. If you don't have a job, starve. Get out of my constituency.
Черт, ну вы и мужик. Вы мне нравитесь, вы мне сильно нравитесь. В любое время, потому что у вас есть достоинство. У всех моих друзей есть большое достоинство.
Of course, there are going to be some growing pains. Well, what I tell people is this. Gather up your life savings, buy yourself a piece of swamp, drain it, and get rid of the damn wildlife. Then apply for planning permission. Pretty soon, you could have your own retirement community or resort destination holiday place. You can start...
Ты крутой чувак.
Томми, только покойник может шутить над тобой, дорогой мой. Думаю, что ты можешь улучшить свое самочувствие. Пусть Энтони полет поджарит тебе мясца. Заходи ко мне время от времени, хорошо, Томми?
History book. At the creation of the universe, the Big Bang, everyone was naked. Even you. Why do we have to stay behind this divider? Maurice, please!
Because nobody is interested in seeing your business. Because we have standards of decency which you are offending.
Look at me! I'm jumping up and down!
Oh my goodness, get back behind the divider. Please, I'm married.
What's so wrong with me? Why do you hate me because I'm happy? Jan, give me a hug. I won't hurt you. And by the sound of things, your husband is doing the same right now with his secretary.
No, we've worked through it. He was stressed. It's hard keeping a family together these days.
Everyone, take your clothes off and feel what it's like to be free of bondage. Everyone out there in Vice City, take your clothes off. If this is the land of the free, let's start with our pants. Feel the wind from the air conditioning. Oh, a breeze is so liberating.
Thanks very much. Now, if you could get back behind that divider, Barry, please. Otherwise, I'm...
Юная Гранда, проблема. Я не знаю, что делать.
Что случилось?
Гаитяне! Я ненавижу этих гаитян. Они мне уже попортили нервы. Эти гаитяне, мы их всех уберем. Только нам нужна поддержка. Я уже потерял несколько человек там. Амиго, вы хорошо будете?
Для женщин, верно?
Сейчас не время шутить. Давайте проедьтесь для меня еще раз. Отвезите моих парней туда, и мы убьем этих гаитян. Всех до одного. Они связались со мной. Они связались с самым большим парнем в городе.
We had him big time, man.
Fue tremendo porque... Oye, Pepito, ¿qué quiere?
Do you want to headbutt me?
Made 1,000 flamingos shit on your porch.
She was fine with it. After social services moved me, she would still write to me. I still remember when she kissed me goodbye.
But Barry, earlier you said you discovered naturism.
Мы будем драться как мужики.
I know, but I lie a lot. I've got a lot of personal issues. Look at me. Please, Maurice, I need a hug.
There's another example of it.
Yo no creo.
Эй, друг, хорошо, что вы смогли справиться. Смердящее гнездо гаитянцев. Мы их всех убьем. В атаку!
You want more of this?
Ну, ребята, заряжайте! На крыше снайперы! Они дерутся как девчонки! В укрытие! Нам нужна подмога! Сними этого снайпера! Дерись как мужик с большими яйцами.
I want to hear you scream!
Вам необходимо убить гаитяна, а не кубинцев. Дурак, нам нужна была эта машина.
Food to the poor. Songs will get you nowhere. This country needs something to aim for, like being rich and laughing at poor people, or being in government and laughing at the electorate.
Now, Mr. Shrub, let's not make this personal. I appreciate...
You're messing with the gang! You should know who you're messing with!
People running amok in the city with machine guns and heavy artillery?
You've got to give a man a chance. Prisons are overflowing with wasted potential. Make the guilty men innocent once more. Free them from themselves.
How? How on earth do you do that?
Well, you could let them off.
Marvelous. Great. That's a sensible plan.
Then they wouldn't be guilty anymore.
We've been doing that for years, you idiot. How do you think we keep prison costs down? They ain't by magic or cooking the books. We save that for education. But, as in most things, we in government are saving money so that you don't have to. When we spend less money on services, more goes to administration salaries and expenses, which helps make lives a lot less difficult for everybody. It's about sharing. Sharing your taxes out amongst the select few. That's why...
Watch where you're going.
regulations. The fact is, business is run by moral people who won't do anything illegal.
And this is Maurice Chavez. That is, I am Maurice Chavez. That's Chavez, not James or Chavis. This isn't a game show. Sorry about the upbeat open.
Oye, ¿qué haces? Para favor.
I like it a lot. I get public radio. I can hear Maurice Chavez. I own a small one-bedroom home. A business selling flowers to people stuck in traffic. 3 or 4 radios, all turned on to BCPR. A dog. 15 ice cubes. But I don't feel safe. I'm worried about gangs.
Gangs are a myth put out by the liberal elite to patronize and demean the working man. I mean, what kind of right-minded youth from a poorer background is going to spend his time stealing things and posing in silly clothes when he could be getting ahead with a minimum wage job and making his parent proud? The dream of America is to live in a duplex and share a yard. Why would anyone want to threaten that great future? Answer me that and I'll show you a green dog.
And speaking for the underdog, the foundation I set up with my trust fund, we believe gangs are a valid expression of a people's identity. Urinate at the edge of your camp like a proud native. We spray paint our names on the walls of the mall to ward off predators.
And that's supposed to terrify people?
No. We believe passionately in non-violent solutions to life's problems. Gangs have to learn to love, to be inclusionary. We'd award badges to good gangs and give bad gangs a silly hat to wear. It would give people something to feel a part of. Kill with kindness, not a garden tool.
Yes, but what about the guy getting beaten up on the street? Or the man having his motorcycle stolen? What about him?
Or her. Some of the best bikers...
She's always giving me a hard time.
discussed a non-violent solution to war. We called it peace.
Your father is a great man. He's done more for the arms trade in this state than anyone else, myself included. And you shame him with the socialist, jiggery, pokery hootenanny. America needs hope, not songs or...
Юная гранда проблема. Я не знаю, что делать.
Что случилось?
Гаитяне! Я ненавижу этих гаитян! Они мне уже попортили нервы. Эти гаитяне, мы их всех уберем. Только нам нужна поддержка. Я уже потерял несколько человек там. Амиго, вы хорошо будете?
Для женщин, верно?
Сейчас не время шутить. Давайте проедьтесь для меня еще раз. Отвезите моих парней туда, и мы убьем этих гаитян. Всех до одного! Они связались со мной. Они связались с самым большим парнем в городе.
Do we stop people running amok in the city with machine guns and heavy artillery?
You've got to
Мы
give
будем
them
драться как мужики.
Prisons are overflowing with wasted potential. Make the guilty men innocent once more. Free them from themselves.
How? How on earth do you do that?
Well, you could let them off.
Marvin.
Эй, друг, хорошо, что вы смогли справиться. Смердящее гнездо гаитянцев. Мы их всех убьем. В атаку! Ну, ребята, заряжайте! На крыше снайперы! Они дерутся как девчонки! В укрытие! Нам нужна подмога! Сними этого снайпера! Дерись как мужик с большими яйцами! Вам необходимо убить гаитяна, а не кубинца. Дурак, нам нужна была эта машина.
Of society that, as Plato said, people don't need to kill each other.